Now that bed bugs are becoming an ever-increasing problem, whenever you're traveling, you should have a few goals in mind. One is to avoid being seriously attacked by bed bugs. Two is to avoid bringing bed bugs back to your home. And three is just to get a good night's sleep and keep stress low. Hi, I'm Ryan Davis, an entomologist at Utah State University, and I work in extension. Bed bugs are becoming an ever-increasing problem around the world, especially when you're traveling. It's important not to go to a hotel and not realize there are bed bugs there when they can get into your luggage and then you transport them back to your house where they can become a problem. Come into your room and begin your inspection. There are a couple things to remember about bed bugs. Whenever there are low numbers of them, they tend to aggregate in a few spots right around the bed. In particular, they like to be on the mattress, the box spring, the bed frame, and the headboard. Those are the primary areas you want to check before bringing your stuff into the room. The things you're looking for when you do an inspection are, of course, adult bed bugs, the immature stages, the eggs, the black fecal material, and also the shed skins. Those are the things you're looking for when you go over looking at the mattress and the box spring and headboard. If you find any signs of bed bugs on any of those items, then you might consider that there are bed bugs in the room and ask to change rooms or change hotels. If you don't find any signs or evidence of bed bugs on this area, then maybe you could consider that the room is safe and not to worry about it. That's not to say that there aren't bed bugs in the room. That's just to say that, if there are any around, that there probably aren't a lot of them. The trash bags can be used. If you find bed bugs in your room, instead of just throwing all your clothes back into the luggage, you can put your luggage inside a bag, and that'll keep from spreading bed bugs around the hotel, in your car, and also from bringing them back home. Once you get to your house, you can take the bag straight downstairs to your washing machine and put the contents of the bag directly into the machine, wash on the hot cycle, and then you can transfer those clothes and material items to the dryer and then dry on high heat. A new development they have are dissolvable bags. So if you don't want to run the risk of bed bugs dropping out of this bag when you're transferring clothing into the washing machine, you can actually use these dissolvable bags. You can put them right in the washing machine and they will dissolve. And there's no chance of anything escaping from these. In terms of traveling, when it comes time to select luggage, a lot of people like to go with these roller style bags. They're great bags, they have a lot of space. However, if you look at the complexity of this bag, there are a lot of zippers around the wheels, there are lots of small cracks and crevices, and also the color of this bag is very similar to that of a bed bug. So if you have a bag like this and you have it in a room that has bed bugs, it is possible that the bugs could crawl onto this bag and you could transport them home. And that chance increases as the complexity of the bag increases. So when it comes time to select a bag for travel, I personally have gone with a duffel bag. You can see that the duffel bag on the exterior is very simple. There aren't a lot of places for bugs to hide. And the other benefit of this bag is that it can be washed, whereas the roller bag cannot be washed. So this is the bag I travel with now. If you really must have your roller bag, they do have an encasement that you can put around your bag. This one in particular is called Bug Zip. They come in different sizes. If you have a large suitcase, you can buy a large one, small and medium, and so on. But it's a good way to keep bugs from crawling into your luggage, or you can use these to store your luggage at home. You can store them inside of this. Some other things I have in my bed bug inspection kit is this can of compressed air. And this is great when you're taking apart headboards, especially there are small cracks and crevices where you can't see down into. You can just shoot some air in there and it can scare up bugs, it can blow up eggs, or it can blow up shed skins from bed bugs. And it can bring them up so you can see them. So this is great to have for scaring things out of small cracks and crevices. Another item that we carry is rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is useful if you're looking for fecal spots on a bed and you're unsure if it's a fecal spot or not. You can put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a cotton swab and then rub that spot that you think is fecal material. If it starts to smear and turns a sort of a reddish color, then you can almost be certain that it is bed bug fecal material. Some other tools that are a necessity when you're traveling are flashlights. These are what I use in my travel kit, so of course they're small. But if space isn't an issue and you don't mind carrying around a larger flashlight, the largest flashlight you can bring is the best. The more light you can shine on areas, the more easy it'll be to see bed bugs. I also do carry a headlamp if I'm traveling alone. You put this on, and while you're holding up a mattress or holding up a box spring, you can have the headlamp on. And you don't need free hands to hold the light. Another tool that you can make on your own is what they call the credit card tool. You can cut a credit card in half like this into a triangle, and it's very useful for getting into cracks and crevices, maybe those areas along the baseboards where bed bugs might be hiding behind, and you can scare up bed bugs from those areas. So these are pretty helpful. Another thing you want to carry are empty Ziploc bags in case you do find a bug or a shed skin or something like that. You can put it in here and take it down to the front desk, and it'll be safe in this bag, or they can send it off for identification all in this bag. So it's important to have something to collect insects in. Bed bugs are very small. The egg is about 1 millimeter long, and it's difficult to see. It can be seen with an unaided eye, but it does help to have either a hand lens like this, or a magnifying glass, and this will help you see things. Then we also have some basic tools. If you really want to do a thorough inspection, you could take face plates off of the electrical outlets using these. These can also help you take apart bed frames, and it could also help you get the headboard off the wall if possible. Another thing to bring are pliers. These become useful. Well, once you get the bed up and the box spring up, you might want to check the tack strip underneath the carpet behind the bed. And you can use these to pull the carpet up and look behind at the tack strip. So these can also be very useful. So that's what I have in my inspection kit. You can add things as you see fit, but these are the basic necessities that you should have.